Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to learn one of the most essential skills in English: how to introduce yourself confidently and naturally. This lesson is perfect for beginners, but even if you're at an intermediate level, you might pick up some useful tips that will make your introductions sound more fluent and professional. Introducing yourself is something you'll do countless times in your English-speaking journey. Whether you're meeting new classmates, colleagues, neighbors, or friends, so let's make sure you feel completely comfortable with it. Before we dive into the specific phrases, let's talk about the importance of first impressions. When you meet someone for the first time, the way you introduce yourself sets the tone for the entire conversation and relationship. A confident, clear introduction makes you appear friendly, approachable, and someone people want to get to know better. Now let's start with the very basics. Greetings. Depending on the time of day and the formality of the situation, you have several options. Hello is the most universal greeting that works in any situation, while hi is more casual and friendly, perfect for informal settings. If it's morning, you can say good morning. In the afternoon, good afternoon. And in the evening, good evening. There's also how are you, which is both a greeting and a question, though in most casual situations, people expect a brief positive response like I'm fine, thanks, or I'm good, how about you? The most important thing to remember is to smile and make eye contact when you greet someone. This makes you appear confident and friendly, even if your English isn't perfect yet. Now let's move on to the core of any introduction: telling someone your name. The most straightforward way is to say, "My name is," followed by your full name or just your first name, depending on the situation. For example, my name is Alexander, or my name is Maria Gonzalez. However, in casual conversations, native speakers often use the contraction I'm, which is short for I am. So you might say I'm Alex or I'm Maria. Both are correct, but I'm sounds more natural in everyday conversation. If you have a name that might be difficult for English speakers to pronounce, don't worry. You can say, my name is Maria, but you can call me Mary, or I'm Alessandro. But most people call me Alex. This makes it easier for others and shows that you're considerate and flexible. After names, people usually want to know where you're from, and this is where it gets interesting because there are several ways to express this depending on your situation. The basic phrase is I come from, followed by your country or city. For instance, I come from Brazil, or I come from Tokyo, Japan. If you want to be more specific, you can say I'm from, which is slightly more casual, like I'm from Sao Paulo, or I'm from Northern Italy. But here's where it gets more complex. Many people today live in different places from where they were born, so you might need to distinguish between your origin and your current location. In this case, you can say, I come from Mexico, but I live in Los Angeles now. Or, I'm originally from India, but I've been living in London for 5 years. This gives people a fuller picture of your background and often leads to interesting conversations about travel, culture, and experiences. Age is another common topic in introductions, though it's more common in casual settings than in professional ones. If someone asks about your age or if it's relevant to the conversation, you simply say, I am, followed by your age and years old. For example, I'm 25 years old, or I'm 32 years old. Remember that we usually spell out numbers when speaking. So 25, not 2025. And in very casual situations, you might hear people drop the years old part and just say, I'm 25. Now let's talk about what you do for work or study, which is probably the most common question after name and origin. If you're a student, you can say, I'm a student. Or be more specific with, I'm a university student. Or, I study at Harvard University. Or, I'm studying computer science at the local college. For working professionals, you have several options. You can say, I work as a, followed by your job title, like, I work as a software engineer, or I work as a marketing manager. Alternatively, you can say, I'm a plus your profession, such as, I'm a teacher, or I'm a doctor. If you work for a specific company, you might add, I work for Google, or I work at Microsoft. For people who are self-employed or have their own businesses, you can say, I run my own business, or I'm self-employed, or I own a small restaurant. If you're between jobs or looking for work, you can say, I'm currently looking for a job, or I'm between jobs right now. Remember, there's no shame in any employment situation. The key is to be honest and confident about where you are in your career journey. Now let me put all of these elements together in several complete introduction examples so you can hear how they flow naturally. Here's a student example. Hi, my name is Carlos. I'm 21 years old. I come from Colombia, but I'm currently studying business administration at New York University. I've been in the United States for about 2 years now, and I absolutely love it here. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson. I hope you found it helpful and that you feel more confident about introducing yourself in English. Remember, the key to improving your English is consistent practice, so keep using these phrases in real situations. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more English lessons, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me where you're from and what you do. Until next time, keep practicing, and remember that every conversation is an opportunity to improve your English.